The movies, they're supposed to provide an escape from the harsh realities of life, but are they contributing to conspiracy theories and fake news? As part of the European Film Festival, directors and investigative journalists are coming together to look at this issue. So let's discuss this with one of the panelists, Johannes Naber, director of the film Curveball. He'll be speaking to us from Berlin. A very good morning to you. Before we get into the film, what role do you think films have in disseminating fake news and exposing fake news?
They can tell stories about what's going on in the world. They can open our eyes, they can broaden our views, they can bring up new perspectives, and they can help find the truth.
All right. Your film, I mean, it touches on something really important, which we still have to tackle today, the fallout from it. It's about how fake intelligence about chemical weapons in Iraq was manipulated. I mean, this was used to justify the U.S. invasion of Iraq. Tell us more about Germany's role in this.
Yeah, a lot of people know that the reasons the Americans produced for going to the war were lies, but not many people know that the source they produced was a German source, a source of the German Secret Service. And the movie is about how the German Secret Service and the German government actually didn't tell the world that the Americans lied to them. And that's something not many people know. Everybody thinks that the Germans were against that war and they tried to prevent it, but they played another role too.
Okay, that's an important point to make, isn't it? I mean, this film also described as surreal. What's the surreal element got to do with telling this story?
Actually, it's a surreal story. It's about the Iraqi refugee coming to Germany and producing a really incredible story about bioweapons engines, trucks that produce bioweapons in Iraq. And the German Secret Service wanted to believe that story. And it tells a lot about secret services that a fake story like that can make such a career.
There's a part in the film where a CIA agent says, "Don't be so obsessed with the truth, we make the facts." So this is the core message of your film, isn't it?
Yeah, somehow it's the core message that truth is not the most important thing when it comes to secret services.
All right, so this is the modern dilemma, right? We have more access these days to information. Much of this information can be manipulated. How do we learn to tell the difference between fact and fiction so we don't play into someone like Donald Trump's playbook?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Actually, it's not so easy. I don't think that there is one reality. I think there's lots of realities by a lot of people, but what actually is lacking is the consensus of reality. We don't find anymore the consensus to get together and to find the one view on the world we all can accept. That's more and more hard. And people like Donald Trump, people that produce fake news, they're actually give fire to that process. Actually, it's hard to say how you can say what's truth and what's lie. Actually, you have to a little bit rely on science and on trusted sources. But who's the trusted source?
Exactly, and hopefully good gut instinct. I mean, in that very disturbing documentary, The Social Dilemma, you really saw how people can be manipulated. So talking of this sort of manipulation, fake news, when to spot it, what are you hoping to achieve with this collaboration with investigative journalists and filmmakers?
I hope that in Germany that the movie brings the former government to the point that they give some answers that are still missing to the whole process. That's why I made that movie. And on the panel, actually, I'm keen on hearing what other people are saying to that thing about how films and fake news get together.
And hopefully justice one day, send them all to the International Criminal Court. Johannes Naber, thank you very much for that.